so let's actually do this together. You can put your piece of paper down. Let's have the front row slide forward, the back row to the back. And you can get on your feet. Good. And you can line back up, so the piece of paper out of the way. That's what I meant. So you know where yours is, you can get back to it. Okay, so the first and very most important thing for the school is that new students come in and they feel welcome and want to return for the second day, yes? Okay. Second important, after they return, we must make sure that they know how we act and what the rules of the dojo are and how we conduct ourselves with each other and during training so that we can continue the school in the manner that Sabana has originated and enforces every day. And we all have to continue enforcing this every day. So we have two people. Let me have George. And we have Alex. Yeah. Okay, go forward. Okay, it's George's first day. Alex, white belt coming out of the dressing room.
Sir, how are you?
Welcome.
To the World Martial Arts Center. Is this your first class? Welcome.
Let's just say class is about to start in another 5 minutes, right? So everybody's already lined up, and you can get them ready for class.
So the first thing you want to do is warm up and stretch a little bit while you're waiting before the class begins. Just, loosening up. And when you go onto the mat, before you walk onto the mat, you're going to bow, and then enter and then stand in formation. And as a white belt, you're going to stand at the end of the line.
Okay, they're already all lined up. Help them. Okay. Okay, good. Pro, excellent. Face each other. Chariot. Okay, give her a big hand. Excellent. Okay. So that was excellent. She was friendly, right? She was open. She was making contact with him. And she got a little flustered. That's okay. We haven't practiced this a lot. Yes? Right. But we all have to make sure we do practice this every day when somebody walks in the door. Yes? Yeah. So if Jerome comes in, right? When I'm going about my business over here, class is lined up, everybody's ready to go, we're waiting for Solomon to come on the mat, or somebody else ready to go. Whoops, white belt. Hi, sir. My name is Ava. How are you? Jerome. It's nice to meet you. Is this your first day? Very good. You get the belt on, you get the uniform on. How do you feel?
I feel like I'm ready to start.
Excellent. Okay. Come on with me. Class is lined up. So every time before we get on the mat, the first thing we're going to do, right, is we're going to put our feet together, hands to our side, like this, and we're going to bow. Okay, that way we're ready to step on the mat and give courtesy. Yes, come over. So now there's a big class. You see the black belt? Yes? If you have a lot of time, great. Somebody's here half hour before, walk them through everything. A lot of times it's not like that. It's they're here, they're ready. Oops, we're already late. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Moving forward.
One more thing. As assistant instructors, as instructors, black belts, you see white belts on the floor, try to remember what it was like when you were back then. You were freaked out. You didn't know what anything was going on. You were worried you were doing something wrong and disrespecting everyone in the dojo. So just give them a hand. Give them a smile, give them a greeting, and just help them get to where they're going to go. If we need them now.
And also, be smart. If someone's uniform is like wrinkly and gray and they're still in white belt, hi, is this your first day? Probably not, right? So just, it's obvious when it's their first day. It's still got the creases in it, so it's pretty obvious, So,
okay, moving on. Let's do a quick warm-up. So, warm-up. So, first thing we face forward. Chariot. In. Yeah. Your wrists, ankles, body. And moving up. And up, down, and circle neck. 2. Set. Make sure you only circle forward. Right. A lot of people have issues with their necks, so we don't want to do full roll until we know that everybody's neck is fine, and then they can do this at their own pace. Yes? Right. Good. Hands on the shoulders and circle back. Make sure elbows touch in the front if you can. All the way around. moving our body. Our hands are keyed. And pushing palms out, make a little deeper. Okay? So we're working already. We're going to need this later on for techniques. If you don't know what every one of these parts are for, find out. Yes?
Yeah.
And reverse. I'm getting warm. If you're not getting warm yet, then you got to work on that. Yes? And reverse. And feet together, bend your knees, circle left. Good. And reverse. Every day you come in, you do this pre-warm-up, you want to improve your flexibility. You want to improve your technique, yes? And bend, and straighten. And bend, and straighten. And brushing up, relaxing the legs all the way down. And inhale. Exhale out. One more time, brushing it out. And inhale out. Exhale back. Okay, so that is a quick version. And much faster because I know there's no white belt in the room right now. Yes? We gotta finish it in an hour. If you're doing this and I have white belts in the room, I gotta make sure they drop their knees and pick their heels up. Okay? Feel out this. Okay? And then 3 months into training, oh, I did 2 turn kicks, my knee, I got problems. Yes? It starts with a pre-warm-up, so you gotta make sure you understand the full format. Yes? Yeah. Good. This word to yes? Yeah. Good.
Yeah, you've all done that warm-up. So again, now the part that we want to make consistent is that you keep that warm-up. And there are slight variations you can do. If you're doing your variation, make sure you do all of that, and then you can add a little variation. But make sure you don't leave any of that out. Same thing with everything we're going to talk about today. This is the essentials. You can add to it if you get through it. But if not, keep the essentials. Don't lose it. Ready?
And really quickly, you have to make sure that the white belts and yellow belts know this warm-up. Because they come past late, they need to have started warming up a little bit on their own. I see a lot of people doing jumping jacks and then going into lunges off on the sides. And they're totally cold, and something is going to happen. And a couple months later down the road, we're going to lose another student. Or they're going to not know why this happened. Well, we know, so we should make sure we protect them. We're here to protect them. Yes.
So that is pre-warm-up. So that's not even the warm-up. So warm-up